Myself, Parvati Ishwargowda, BSc 6th semester, Sri Siddheshwara Government First Grade College, Nargun, Chemistry and Mathematics Combination. Today we discussed about the topic of determination of pH of solution by glass electrode method. Glass electrode. What is glass electrode and what are the uses of this? These uses of this measurement glass electrode, pH measurement, analyze foods, cosmetics, environmental regulations, soil acidity. It is fast responding and functions well in physiological systems and biological systems. And this is the construction of pH glass electrode. And this is AGI AGCl reference electrode, glass pH electrode, and this side it is a interconnecting the pH meter and signal wires. A reference cell and typically filled with the neutral solutions such as KCl, and reference junction typically made of porous ceramic or porous Teflon. And these are nothing but two electrode systems and connecting by the two electrodes. First one ion selective electrode and another one reference electrode. And these are two are electrode of Ag and AgCl. These are internal electrolytes. And here membrane, this is liquid junction. And this electrode is completely closed, but in this electrode there is a some gap between them, that is nothing but liquid junction. This is about a two electrode systems diagram, and also it is nothing but basics of the determination of pH of solution of glass electrode. And the glass gel layer, the glass has a lithium silicate skeleton that forms a thin hydrated layer on both sides of the membrane. Ions can penetrate this thin layer and alter the electrochemical potential. Without the hydrated layer, no pH measurements would be possible. The structure of the glass has been optimized so that virtually only H plus ions can enter the gel layer. And this is basics of the electrode and involving in the topic gel layer. And this gel layer here having a construction of lithium silicate skeleton, and that forms the hydrated layer on both sides of the membrane. And ions can penetrate this thin layer and alter the electrochemical potential. Without the hydrated layer, no pH measurements would be possible. And what principle of this electrode? H plus ions, selective electrode, and Nernst equation where E equals to E naught minus 2.303 RT divided by NF log A plus AH plus E is equals to E naught plus 0.591 pH at 25 degrees Celsius. And the electrode measures the activity of hydrogen ions, and that pH is the negative log of the activity of hydrogen ions. The Nernst equation predicts that for every decade change in H plus ion activity, the potential will change by about 60 meter volt. MV, this is unit of the volt, 60 millivolt. And this is some principle behind the glass electrode. to use the determination of pH of solution. And some introduction about this. The pH of the solution can be determined by the means of an electrode whose potential depends on the hydrogen activity. The hydrogen and glass electrodes are the typical pH electrodes, though the later one is commonly used. And this is some introduction of the pH of the solution. Determination of pH of the solution by using glass electrode. And here another part of that in this introduction is the glass electrode is a condensed or combined electrode. This incorporates the reference electrode junction next to the glass membrane so that both electrodes are kept in one unit. The pH sensitive glass bulb is made up of lithium glass, which is suitable over entire range. And glass electrode is condensed or combined electrode such that this incorporates a reference electrode junction next to the glass membrane. And this principle is also says that the potential difference exists at the interface between glass and a solution containing hydrogen ions. The magnitude of this difference varies with the concentration of the hydrogen ions. Glass electrode is used for the pH measurement. The glass electrode consists of a thin glass bulb of a special glass blown at the end of glass tube. The bulb is fitted with a 0.1 normal HCl, which furnishes a constant hydrogen ion concentration. And this is principle behind the glass electrode. And in this method, using the bulb fitted with 0.1 normal HCl, and this furnishes the constant hydrogen ion concentration. A silver chloride electrode or a silver wire coated with a silver chloride makes the necessary electrical connection with the acid. The standard reference buffer solutions are used to calibrate the pH meter such that to set the reference pH. Then the pH of the unknown solution can be read directly from the panel of the pH meter. This is in this method the silver chloride electrode or silver wire coated with a silver chloride makes the necessary electrical connection with the acid. And these standard reference buffer solutions are used to calibrate the pH meter such that to set the reference pH. And here some construction of the pH meter and pH meter panel and controls glass membrane and electrode. This is a pH meter with a glass membrane electrode diagram. This is a pH meter panel and controls. And here stand and the clamp. This is cable between the pH meter and the glass membrane and electrode. This is platinum wire in the glass membrane electrode and AgCl internal reference electrode, and this is HCl acid, hydrochloric acid and pH sensitive glass membrane. This is in the bottom is that exist or that present in the bottom of the that glass membrane and electrode. This is the schematic representation or diagram of the pH meter panel and controls Connections between the pH meter panel and controls, and glass membrane and electrode. Hence, to method by using glass electrode and to determine the pH of solution. The glass membrane electrodes is connected to the pH meter. Initially, the temperature is set to the solution temperature, as it affects the pH of the solution, and all pH meters have the provision for temperature compensation. The electrodes are immersed in standard buffer solution of pH 7.0. The asymmetrical potential is altered until the meter reads the unknown pH values of the buffer solution. The instrument is further calibrated using standard buffers of pH 4.0 and pH 9.14. And these are methods involving in the determination of the pH of solution by using glass electrode method. And here initially temperature for first step is the temperature is set to solution temperature, and second the electrode is rinsed with a water, and this is for the step. The bulb of the glass membrane electrode is immersed in the test solution. The pH value of the solution is read from the meter directly. This is a method to determine the pH of the solution. And here a concentration of H plus ion in glass bulbs in solution, pH less than 7, hence it's said to be acidic. And here concentration of H plus of the glass in a glass bulb in a solution test. After test and pH is greater than 7, hence it's said to be base. What are the advantages of this method? That is nothing but glass electrode is not affected by oxidation and reduction systems since there is no exchange of electrons. Sensitivity of electrometric methods is high and accurate measurements can be obtained. Electrode establishes equilibrium rapidly. The solution is uncontaminated because the addition of indicator is avoided. pH range of measurements is high, and first is nothing but glass electrode is not affected by any oxidation reduction systems, and since there is no exchange of electrons, and further sensitivity of these electrometric methods is high as accurate measurements can be obtained, and further electrode establishes equilibrium rapidly and the solution is uncontaminated because the addition of indicator avoided. And what are the disadvantages of this method? Are nothing but electrometric method is not suitable for the viscous solutions and gels because of the poor ion mobility, and high viscosity is caused the poor ion mobility. Initial cost of pH meter is high to the colorimetric method. In this method, glass electrode is specified for the pH determination. Several types of electrode are available which can be used. These are some disadvantages. And further, electrometric method is not suitable for viscous solution, and initial cost of pH meter is high to the colorimetric method. Thanks.